What's up, guys? Nuance Bro checking in, and today we're going to be talking about a story about the Biden administration that wants to give $450,000 each to illegal aliens whose members were separated at the border. So a little over a week ago, the Wall Street Journal published a story that said this: U.S. in talks to pay hundreds of millions to families separated at the border. Government is considering payments of $450,000 per person affected by Trump administration's zero tolerance policy in 2018. The American Civil Liberties Union, which represents families in one of the lawsuits, has identified about 5,500 children separated at the border over the course of the Trump administration, citing figures provided to it by the government. Around 940 claims have so far been filed by the families, the people said. So remember, this is $450,000 per person, not per family, per person, and we're talking about 5,500 children. Now, again, this could be 3 children to 1 mom, 1 child with 2 parents, so the numbers could go many different ways. But let's be generous and basically just take the number of children and double it. That would amount to billions of dollars, not just hundreds of millions, but billions. Now, when this story came out, the Biden administration was off in Europe and things like that, so the media didn't have their usual press briefings where they could ask these questions. But once they came back, finally, of course, the only people who would ask such a question is Fox News, because the rest of the media doesn't ask these questions of the president. So you had Ducey over at Fox News ask the question.
As you were leaving for your overseas trip, there were reports that were surfacing that your administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million per family. Do you think that that might incentivize more people to come over illegally?
If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah, but it's not true.
So this is a garbage report?
Yeah.
Okay. So
$450,000 per person. Is that what you're saying?
That was separated from a family member at the border under the last administration.
That's not going to happen.
So there you saw Biden basically dismissed this story as made up. It's not true. It's garbage, right? Garbage. And he made it clear that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. As you can see from this Politico article, Biden says $450,000 payments to families separated at southern border are, quote, not going to happen. The president discounted news reports saying family members could receive the money as part of settlement negotiations between their lawyers and the Justice Department. But then the next day, Ducey decided to ask the press secretary, who was a temporary press secretary because Jen Psaki is out because she contracted COVID, despite being, all that good stuff, the shots and all that. She's out, so the temporary press secretary was in, and this is what she said.
President Biden is calling these reports about the administration paying up to $450,000 to illegal immigrants who are separated from family members garbage. He says it's not going to happen. But the ACLU says that it is. So who is right?
Wait, are you talking about the question you asked him yesterday?
Yes.
So if it saves taxpayer dollars and puts the disastrous history of the previous administration's use of zero tolerance and family separation behind us, the president is perfectly comfortable with the Department of Justice settling with the individuals and families who are currently in litigation with the U.S. government. DOJ can obviously speak more to that process. The president what he was reacting to was the dollar figure that was mentioned, that you mentioned to him yesterday. As press accounts to date indicate, there's been press accounts on this, DOJ made clear to the plaintiffs that the reported figures are higher than anywhere that a settlement can land. Again, this is something that the Department of Justice can speak to. I do not have anything more to add to this.
But if he's not okay with $450,000, how much money is he okay giving?
This is Peter, this is something that the Department of Justice is going to handle. I just laid out what he was thinking and how the process was moving forward. The DOJ will talk to the specifics of this.
So what changed then from yesterday? You're saying that he would be perfectly comfortable settling with these families who broke the law to come here, but yesterday he said that's not going to happen.
First of all, let's remember how we got here, how we got to a place where we're dealing with families being separated. This is coming from the last administration, cruel, inhuman, immoral policies against just people. It's separating children from their families, 18-month-olds, 2-year-olds, 5-year-olds from their families. That's how we got here, is because of the last administration. This is what we're trying to deal with here in this administration. So let's be very clear of how we got here and what's happening. Anything else that you would like to know about this, again, I'll send you to the Department of Justice. I can't speak to specifics, any more specifics on this.
So we had to have the usual spiel there of, hey, let's remember, this is all Trump's fault. So clearly this was not a garbage report. Biden dismissed it as such. Literally the next day, the press secretary had to say, oh, well, yeah, if it saves taxpayer dollars, if we say that, whatever, if it helps put this behind us, this unfortunate, terrible chapter behind us, then we would be willing to settle with the families and this and that and the other thing. So it wasn't a garbage report. Biden was lying, or maybe he just has no idea what's going on in his own administration. I'll let you guys decide on that one. You can let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that's quite strange. That's quite the turnaround in a single day. Also, when it comes to these lawsuits, I highly doubt it's going to amount to the billions of dollars, the lawsuit itself. The settlement seems like it would be a lot more than what the cost would be of litigation. And nearly $500,000 each to be separated from your child for a temporary period of time. I think a lot of people would take that deal. If anything, you would offer incentives for more people to come. They'd say, hey, if I come into the country illegally, a place I was not supposed to be in the first place, there's a chance I might get some life-changing sums of money my way. Anyways, I just wanted to give you guys that update. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Social media links are in the description box below, as well as merch. Support us at nuancebro.com/join. It really does help out, and I'll see you next time, bro.